Welcome back. This is part 5 of the Lightning Returns walkthrough. I just finished up day 1. I'm now on day 2. And this video is going to be dedicated to saving the Angel of Valhalla in the Wildlands. It's a lengthy quest, but not overly difficult. So before I can get to the Wildlands, I have to warp to the South Station in Luxurian and take the train there. There's going to be several cutscenes coming up, so I'm going to continue the commentary after the cutscenes.
Where am I? What is this?
Hey, Savior! What's going on?
You again?
Right. Can you hear me? Are you alright? Where are you?
What's the problem? Equipment trouble?
I don't know, I'm getting crazy readings. The coordinates make no sense. I can't pinpoint your position.
Hope, are you there?
No. Hope can't hear you or see you. You're invisible. Do you know why? Because we're inside you. Spooky, huh?
You mean inside my mind?
Yeah, it's a safe place that God can't see. You could almost say it's like, oh, I don't know, an unseen realm.
Alright, if you say so. But that begs the question, what the hell are you doing in here?
I have a name. It's Lumina, and I know a lot about you. You need my advice, and in here we can talk about anything we want, safe from prying eyes.
Prying eyes? You mean Hope?
Yep, he might not realize it, but everything he learns gets passed straight on to God.
What of it? I don't have any secrets to hide.
Oh, right. You're the loyal servant, aren't you? You wouldn't dream of betraying him. And don't worry, okay? Even if I know otherwise, well, my lips are sealed.
I have no reason to betray him.
Right. That's very convincing. Keep those feelings hidden and play the loyal little servant. You want to be as cold as the steel in your sword. You do that, and then no one can guess what's inside. It's true, God can't see into human hearts. But he can read your face and tone, just like anyone else, and make his own guesses.
Like I said, I don't have anything to hide. He's promised to bring Sarah back. I'm not gonna do anything that might cause him to change his mind. Why should I?
Are you still in there, Lightning? Why are you afraid?
Huh?
Come on, think about it. We're inside your mind, don't you get it? If you can't be true to yourself here, where can you? I know you haven't changed, because you can't.
What the hell are you?
We're just particles of dust brushed from the palm of a god. That's all we ever were. Right, sis?
No, wait! That was Sarah.
Finally! I've got a connection again. Light, what just happened?
I was talking to Lumina.
Lumina? That girl? What does she want? And where is she now?
You didn't hear any of that?
No, my sensors didn't pick up a thing. Are you sure she was there? Maybe it was just a dream.
A dream? Maybe that's what it was.
Right. Teleport complete. infiltrate the Children of Etra's rights. We need to figure out their code.
The train will leave soon.
This stops the Wildlands. Passengers for the Dead Dunes and Luxuriant South Station, please board now. Thank you.
So this is the last surviving wilderness.
It's the world as it once was. Nature's last stand. Wild beasts still live and die here as they always have. It's raw in nature, red in tooth and claw, and the chaos here is just as dangerous. The people who live out here are not like the city dwellers. They're different. They don't follow the teachings of the Order. And they don't want to rely on handouts either, so they strive to live off the land.
A refuge for those who refuse to be tamed. Is that it?
Light!
The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead whence the chaos flows. Here you will meet the servant of fate, adorned with feathers of white. The Angel of Valhalla.
Light? What just happened?
I heard a voice. It said that I've been led here, and I'm supposed to meet someone. The Angel of Valhalla.
What kind of voice? I didn't pick anything up on this end.
A young girl, but I don't think she's close. It was more like she was speaking from the chaos itself.
I just ran a search on this angel person, but it came up blank. Maybe you should ask the locals.
Yeah? What do you want?
I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of someone called the Angel of Valhalla?
You must be new to these parts. There's not a man or woman here that doesn't know the Angel.
The Angel of Valhalla isn't a person. It's a legendary Chocobo, covered in feathers as white as the clouds. It's the sacred bird that only appears at the end of the world.
So it's a local legend, then?
Yeah, a legend. At least that's what it used to be. But in recent times, many folk have seen the bird with their own two eyes. A lot of us are thinking maybe that story is true.
Maybe it is, but Dr. Ghazal has been after it for years, and he still doesn't have proof that the beast is the one from legend.
Dr. Ghazal? Who would that be?
The famous veterinarian, of course. A prickly character with the temper of a behemoth, but he loves his chocobos. When it comes to the Angel, he's the leading expert in all of the Wildlands.
The doctor lives up the road a bit, in the village of Canopus Farms. If you catch him in a good mood, he'll help you out. Maybe.
A white chocobo.
Alright, so this is a new location. I've already been to Luxuriant, I've also been to a part of the Dead Dunes, and now I'm at the Wildlands. And the Wildlands location is probably my favorite in the entire game, because it actually feels like an old Final Fantasy map. It reminds me of the Calm Lands from Final Fantasy X.
Angel of Valhalla. I want to know who it was.
So, following the conversation, you figured by now that the Angel of Valhalla is a Chocobo. So to start this quest, you have to head over to Canopus Farms, which is located southeast of your current location. It's really close by and you can find it by following this dirt path. On your way, it's good to pick up some of these day ring blossoms, and you may need them for a quest later on, so it's just a good idea to do it. So this is a very fabulous looking map, and as you complete quests around here, you'll find that it even gets better. Alright, so this is Canopus Farms. I'm looking around here to try and see if there's a treasure sphere. I know there's definitely one around here. Okay, so the first order of business is to head over to the Outfitters and purchase the Electronica garb. If you have enough gil to purchase both Electronica and Ignition garb, I recommend doing that. But because I only have enough for one, I'm going to prioritize Electronica, mainly because you're going to be facing a powerful enemy coming up that's vulnerable to thunder. So following the purchase, you can head over to Dr. Gazal to start the quest.
What do you want?
I want to know more about the Angel of Valhalla.
Go away.
I heard you know things. The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead whence the chaos flows. Does that mean anything to you?
Great Etro's helm. Where did you hear those words? Who spoke them?
A young girl, but I never saw her.
A maiden's voice born on the wind. Yes, that's how I heard them too. So it would appear that she has spoken to both of us. Very well. I will share what I know. The Angel is a tempestuous chocobo that lives in these plains. I myself have glimpsed the creature many times, but unfortunately I've never succeeded in capturing him. It is said whoever can break him and ride him will become his master. But I've long since given up hope that it shall be me.
Nor me. I don't know anything about chocobos.
Don't rule yourself out, young lady. You may be the one, if you're telling the truth about the voice, that is. It's true, not everyone who hears the voice is the chosen one, but rest assured, the encounter will happen. The legends tell us that the chocobo's chosen master will be led by the chocobo to a certain place. I speak of that dread edifice whence the chaos emerges, the temple of Etro herself.
You mean the one built into the cliff?
The very same. And deep below that sinister haven of destruction, an ocean of chaos royals, the great chaos of the stories.
What does that mean? Is it a different kind of chaos?
Alas, the legends give us few details. If you wish to find an answer to that question, you will have to seek the truth in the temple.
And to do that, I've got to find and tame the Angel of Valhalla.
Yes, indeed. But that, let me assure you, is no easy task. I have a couple of assistants who live here in the village. Talk to them, and they can give you advice about finding the chocobo.
An ocean of great chaos buried beneath a temple. Do you think it could be true?
Alright, so once you've spoken to him, we need to gather the whereabouts of the angel. So approach the guy that's chopping the wood over there and speak with him. Not the produce buyer, the other guy.
When it still stood in Valhalla, it was responsible for sealing away a power, the one that now consumes the world. Something inside that temple is a source, the thing that created the chaos.
Excuse me, do you know anything about the Angel of Valhalla?
Do I? You're as smart as you look coming to me with that question. I'll have you know I am the oldest, yes, that's right, the oldest surviving student of the great Dr. Gazal himself. First, the basics. The legendary Chocobo, the so-called Angel of Valhalla, is not a creature anyone can find just by looking for it.
Except, I'm guessing you're gonna tell me that you can.
Not quite, but I can tell you what the good doctor has told me. That angel is anything but angelic. It's a rough, wild beast. He deliberately seeks out his mortal foe, the Chocobo Eater. So you see, if you wish to find the white Chocobo of legend...
I should find a Chocobo Eater.
Precisely. I knew you were smart. Now, the last sighting of a Chocobo Eater was in the City of Ruins. The ruins lie in grim terrain that stretches yonder to the east. But the Chocobo Eater is a fearsome beast. Be prepared for a fight.
So while you're at it, you can also speak with Garrett and Sarala if you want to know more about
Hello
Dr.
there,
Gazal.
stranger. Welcome to Canopus Farms. My name's Garrett. Guess you could say I run things around here. What can we do for you?
I've come to talk to your vet, Dr. Gazal.
Ah, got it. You want to know about the Angel of Valhalla, right? Well, Dr. Gazal's your man.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone tells me.
He's been chasing that white chocobo for over a century now. No one comes close to his passion and expertise. It's all he cares about since his daughter died.
What is it?
Oh, damn. I shouldn't have said anything about his daughter. It's not a secret or anything, but he really hates anybody talking about it. The doctor first came out here with his daughter. They planned to learn about the legend together. But about a century ago, she was killed while they were both out tracking chocobos. It was tragic. The doctor never really told the whole story of what happened. But after that, he threw himself even deeper into his research and work. Soon, it was all he cared about. But listen, promise me one thing, okay?
I won't let on that you told me. Don't worry.
Thanks. I'd appreciate it. I mean, everyone around these parts knows the story, of course, but he wouldn't like it if strangers started asking about his past. Anyway, if you're interested in seeing the legendary Chocobo for yourself, Dr. Gazal is the man you have to talk to. They say he's seen the Angel of Valhalla more than a few times. At least a Chocobo that looks just like him.
Sounds like he could help.
I'd bet my hunting bow on it. Well, may nature bless you.
What do you mean?
It's just a saying we have out here in the wildlands. It means good luck.
You should head east and find the City of Ruins.
Hey, don't step on the vegetables.
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's all right. No harm done. I was only warning you. I've just planted a whole crop of Gazal seedlings.
Right. Chocobo's favorite food.
Yep, and our bread and butter. This is our field. My father's and mine. We've always worked it together. Nice to meet you and everything.
Cold?
Alright, now it's time to get busy. You have to head over to the City of Ruins, which is located to the east of our current location, or northeast to be more specific, and also make sure to pick up the Imp's Crest treasure sphere. Also, it's a good idea to save the game at this point. And it's also time to customize your schemata. So equip your new garb, equip some of the items. The thunder ability from Electronica is very useful against the mini flan you're going to encounter. I suggest facing every enemy you encounter in the wildlands except for the Reaver, which is a massive four-legged wolf-looking creature. Also, try to build up your EP if you're low. Having full EP makes the upcoming battle a lot easier. And you can always build it up by defeating several of the mini flans, which again are very, very easy to defeat, and they're also very vulnerable to thunder. So the Electronica garb is just a very good garb to use at this point in the game. Alright, so more mini flan, and as always, I'm going to attack them with thunder, switch, well, I should have equipped the Electronica garb on this one, but that's alright. The Dark Muse, I think I've equipped, well, I accidentally equipped Blizzard with it, which is not a good idea. But on Nocturne, I do have Thundara on Nocturne. Yeah, the Dark Muse is definitely a very useless garb at this point. I probably should have equipped Electronica. I thought I did, but as long as I have Thundara with Nocturne, it's not going to be too big of a deal against these lower level enemies. But coming up against the Chocobo Eater, yeah, we're definitely going to have to use Electronica. Alright, and it's always a good idea to enter these Chaos Infusions and take out these mini-flans. It's definitely not a good idea to take on a Reaver in a Chaos Infusion, but anyways...
So this is where it began. The beginning of the end.
So as you can see, some of the enemies are actually end up getting healed when you use Thunder against them, like these Valley. So against these enemies, it's a good idea to use attack-based weapons. Attacks like use the sword with Equilibrium, or switch to the Nocturne Garb and just attack it.
You want to hear something eerie? I found large white feathers scattered in a clearing up the trail there. White as clouds they were, but stained with blood. I saw Chocobo eater tracks around the area. I'd recognize them anywhere. But I don't know what kind of bird it was after. The only white bird of that size I know is the white Chocobo out of the stories. What would happen to the legend? I mean, if the angel ended up being killed. The tracks lead on into the middle of the ruins. But I'm not prepared to go in there alone.
Come, stay, friend. These lands are filled with dangerous beasts. What's more, a Chocobo eater rampages in the east.
If a Chocobo predator's out there, there must be Chocobos too.
Oh, so you were seeking the wild Chocobo. Normally I would warn city folk from such folly, but you look capable enough. But know if you find yourself in trouble, return quickly to the high road. My people are there and will help.
I'd better move fast. This will all be in vain.
Alright, so it looks like they've spotted the Angel of Valhalla. It's definitely in the City of Ruins. And yeah, you definitely want to avoid that. That is a Reaver. So I think I'm going to try and jump around. Hopefully it doesn't see me. There we go.
The unseen chaos. I came into contact with it just once. I still remember the feeling. It's not something that belonged in this world. It had to be stopped and destroyed.
Some more mini flan. Why not? You know, if you're low on EP, which I'm not, I have full EP. But it's always a good idea to face them, get some gil. You know, drive them to extinction maybe.
Our tears fall into the chaos.
It came from the darkness that God cannot see. It's distortion of the unseen realm.
And now we have the Chocobo Eaters. So this is also a good time to save the game. So I'm going to do that right here. I strongly recommend doing it before you face the Chocobo Eater right here. Alright, the first thing you want to do is you definitely want to get rid of Equilibrium and switch to the Passion Rouge garb. Because it does have the De-Protect and De-Spell, you want to add guard level 2, and then you also want to add a thunder-based attack. I think you have Thundara. I would prefer putting on Thundara level 2 for it. And then you can add something like an Imp's Crest or the Guard Glove. The rest of the stuff is basically pretty generic, like the Crimson Blitz and the Night Lotus. Now you definitely want to get rid of the Dark Muse and switch it with Electronica, because it does have that Thunder attack. And you can add something like a Magician's Token and, I don't know, maybe a Runic Ring. Okay, that seems fine for now. And now it's time for the Nocturne. This is going to be our attacking class, so Liberator Sword has to be equipped. The Pride Twin works, and you know what? Might as well add the metal armband as well. For the attacking part, I prefer adding a Gale Strike as well as a Spark Strike as well. Put on guard level 1 and then add guard Spark Strike level 2. So this is kind of how your setup should look if you're going up against the Chocobo Eater on day 2 early in the game. Have the Passion Rouge, have Electronica, and have the Nocturne garb. And also try to make sure you get an early hit on him, like right there. So the first thing I like to do when I start off a match is immediately cast the Protect, De-Protect, and De-Spell right off the bat, and then just attack it with Thunder-based attacks to build up that Stagger Wave. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm hitting it with Thunder, I'm also hitting it with Spark Strike, and I'm making sure I guard whenever it attacks me because it can do some serious damage. So there we go. Right now it's staggered. It's in the first part of its stagger. I immediately overclock. I go to the Nocturne and I just attack it with Spark Strike repeatedly. Now it's in a stagger level 2 state, and I go once again with an overclock. And as you can see, this Chocobo starts off pretty weak, this Chocobo Eater. Usually when you face them later in the game, they're not this weak, but it looks like the Angel of Valhalla actually did us a favor here. So once the Chocobo regains its senses, just keep repeating the process. Keep cast De-Spell, De-Protect, and just keep attacking it with Spark Strike, Thunder, and Thundara. It's very vulnerable to Thunder-based attacks. And also make sure to put your guard up when it does something like a Chomp, and definitely have a potion or two available. So its strongest attack is definitely going to be Chomp. Its other attacks aren't so bad, as long as you have your guard up. But yeah, I'm trying to get it to stagger once again, and there we go. Hit it with Thunder again, and then just switch to Spark Strike and just go at it. So, in summary, this is basically all you have to do to beat this guy. De-Protect, De-Spell, Thunder, Thundara, Spark Strike. That's all you have to do. And then make sure to put up your guard whenever it attacks you. And there we go. That takes care of the Chocobo Eater. And the poor Angel of Valhalla is all bloodied up.
Look at this. Why didn't he just run away? He's torn up pretty bad.
Perhaps he had to fight to protect something.
It's all right, little one. I'll help you. You're bleeding heavily. We have to stop it.
It's the White Chocobo. What happened here?
He needs medical attention, and fast.
Right. I'll get the doctor. Yeah! Yep! Oh!
It's even worse than I feared. Hey, help me get him to Canopus Farms, now!
Yes,
I won't
Doctor.
let him die. Of that you have the word of Dr. Gazal. Stop moving around! Quickly!
Alright, so from here, you just have to head back to the Canopus Farms, and that's going to complete the quest. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to heal myself because I'm at pretty low health right now. You can do it two ways. You can use your EP ability to use Kiraga, or you can use a potion if you have one, which I recommend. And now I'm just going to head back to Canopus Farms, again making sure to take out every enemy I come into contact with, except for the Reavers. And it's pretty easy once you have the Electronica Guard, because you can just keep hitting it with Thunder, and you can stagger them and just easily take them out.
Right, to me too. But the thing is, when I first saw
Oh, definitely avoid that Reaver right there.
You felt familiar with a Chocobo? Maybe you just need a friend, Light.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll follow the doc back to Canopus Farms.
Some more mini flan. And this is also a good way to drive them to extinction. So, if you encounter a large group of them, just make sure to take them out. They're very easy to take out, especially if you have a thunder-based attacks.
You got in my way.
And another group, a large group of them. Hit them with Thundara, stagger them, and then hit them with Thunder several times. And that should do the trick.
Chaos takes away the grief.
And I think I'm going to avoid those guys for now. I think there's only 2 of them anyway. You only want to attack the mini flan when they're in big groups. Otherwise, you know, it's just kind of a waste of time, I think. Alright. Head back to Canopus Farms. Talk to Dr. Gazal. And that takes care of the quest. So, thanks for watching. I'm off to the next one.
I'm sorry. Dr. Gazal is in surgery right now and can't be disturbed. You'll have to wait here.
Give me some fresh water. Yeah. Okay, good.
As I stood there, watching the doctor try to save the Chocobo's life, I knew this was no ordinary animal.
All right. Good. Good, that's it.
Not only because of the legend, I felt a connection, as if we'd fought together.
There, that's it. Easy.
But why? It made no sense.
All right.
Hang on.
It's all over. You can come see for yourself.